Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Studio Series Brawn. Now, Brawn was one of the many cameos seen in the Cybertron scene in the Bumblebee movie, and well, unlike the other characters seen, not counting Cliffjumper, this guy never appeared in any of the live-action films before. I mean, sure, he did have a toy in Revenge of the Fallen, but he didn't actually appear in the film itself. So, the Bumblebee film is Brawn's live-action debut. Now, taking a look at the box, of course we have the, updated style of Studio Series packaging. So, got a picture of Brawn right here. Got a close-up of his face. Got a picture of Brawn with an Ultima insignia where the backdrop is. Got a picture of Brawn in both modes. Backdrop included. Got a little, bio saying what he does in the film. And that's pretty much it. And for the backdrop, well, first of all, the little thing that Brawn was attached to with some twisty ties is actually designed to look like the backdrop, which I think is pretty cool. But for the actual backdrop, well, of course, it's based on the Cybertron scenes, which is... So yeah. So we just put Brawn there. I mean, I don't think he actually transformed in the film, so this vehicle mode is entirely made up for the toy line, but still. Now, taking a look at the actual vehicle mode, well, of course, this is some sort of Cybertronian vehicle. And for what it is, I can't really say which, well, this being a Cybertronian vehicle, that it makes sense that you can't really tell what it is. It's not like Siege, where it's just, oh, it's like the Earth mode, but it's just got more spacey bits. No, this is a full-on alien vehicle. I mean, it's not like his van mode just rearranged to look more Cybertronian. No, this is... I can't even tell what this is. But having a 360 of this, well, we've got a full-on windshield or cockpit section here. I mean, of course, no one's going to be driving this, so this seems unnecessary, but okay. The back, we've got gaping hole. And of course, you've seen the funny pictures. There is a toilet fan mode for this. So this guy can join Cybertron's short round in the League of Fan Mode toilets. I mean, seriously. That must have been intentional, right? I mean, of course the hole is just for the transformation, but they couldn't have gotten something to cover this with. But, anyway. The back is clearly just the chest of the robot, but... Well, robots in disguise... In my opinion, seeing how this is Cybertronian, robots in disguise isn't really much of a concern here. It's more just the transportation mode. Underneath, well, there's a port here, and that does serve a purpose. And I believe that's a good segue to move on to the accessories. So you do get this drill section, and what we can do here is move this forward, and then what you can do is just plug this in, and now he can be a driller. Now, of course, this wasn't even in the film. This is just referencing something that G1 Brawn did in one episode, but it's still kind of cool. And you also get this gun. And now for the blast effect compatibility test. Yep. It can actually take blast effects. Which is amazing. But what this can do is... you see this little port here, which can go on this, which means... Well... Brawn himself can take a blast effect. This just goes on right here. And now Brawn is all armed and ready for battle. So, yeah. Pretty much it for the vehicle mode. And well, without a concurrent War for Cybertron Trilogy or a Legacy Brawn to compare him with, and seeing how I don't have the Times for 10 figure to compare him with, I'd say let's just move on to the transformation. So to start, if you have them on, just remove the accessories. Let's just move the port down. So, to get this guy transformed, what we're going to do is unplug these sections from the wheels. So yeah, they actually do plug into the wheels. So if you ever complain about if you ever complain about this type of wheel construction, then just keep in mind this figure actually has a reason for it. Move the legs down. Get the foot out. Just rotate all that around and just straighten that out. Like so. Just turn that. Turn around the waist. Get the arms out. Push the head through. Straighten out the arms. Push the front wheels in. Push the back in. And well, he have Brawn in robot mode. I quite like this transformation. I think it's really fun. And it leads to quite the solid robot mode, in my opinion. So, having a 360. If I can get that fully closed out, there we go. We're having a 360. There's barely any hollow sections, which is amazing. Taking a look at the head. Unlike the old ROTF figure version of Brawn, this actually looks like G1 Brawn if he was in live action movies, which is amazing. And something that the Bumblebee movie does really well, taking the G1 designs and just putting them through a live action filter, in my opinion. I mean, they did it with Optimus, they did it with Bumblebee to some sort of extent, at least in the vehicle mode. Like, with Bumblebee, he's pretty much just a fusion between the live action and G1 Bumblebee designs. But with Prime, he's pretty much just G1 Prime if he was in live action. And the same can go with Brawn here. I mean, seriously, this looks really nice. Now, giving him his accessories, well, the drill. If you want him to hold it, then go ahead and maybe take some sort of Cybertonium popsicle. But I just put it on the back. It's not really a solid connection, but it works for me. And of course you have the gun, which is actually quite big for him. But it wasn't like that in the film. So if you want him to dual wield it, well, that's not the right time, but hold it with two hands like in the film, then go ahead. Or you need now someone to shoot him in the shoulder, and thankfully, unlike G1 Brawn, he actually survives. And as stated, this can take blast effects. Whether or not that was intentional, I'm not sure, but it's definitely appreciated. Speaking of blast effects, you do get some ports on the feet. So if you want to give him either weaponize his shoes or the blast effects from aimless or whatever, it's your figure, do what you want. So yeah. Now for the articulation. Well, the head can go side to side, although I can't look all the way around. The arms can move around. Of course, he can T-pose. He's actually got kind of a butterfly joint. I think it's just to replicate the holding the gun with both arms. It's got a double elbow joint. Well, unfortunately, there's no bicep rotation at all. The wrist can rotate. Thanks to the transformation, the waist can rotate. It's got the splits up to there. It's got a good ankle pivot. It's got a good fly swivel. And he's got a really good knee articulation. And he can move his foot if you want. So yeah, definitely quite poseable. Oop. And plus, with the backdrop, you can definitely display him like he's in battle. Although I'm just struggling to touch on the accessories because I'm that bad at reviewing figures. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about Brawn. Complaints? Well, if anything, this is more about him in the film itself, but I wish he was in the film more. Let's just leave it at that so I don't go on a tangent about the character, not the actual figure. But yeah, I wish he was in the film more. But you could say that about the other Cybertronian designs. But for actual complaints about the figure, I mean, the whole in the vehicle mode is kind of ridiculous. So much, in fact, that people made a freaking toilet mode for this guy. But that's pretty much the only complaint I can even think of. I mean, seriously, I think this has become one of my favorite Studio Series figures so far, and keep in mind, I don't have that many. I'm more of a War for Cybertron and Legacy collector right now. But trust me, I am starting to collect the Studio Series figures even though I am very late to the party. Very late. But I think this is definitely one of the best of the Bumblebee Studio Series figures to narrow it down right now. Although I have heard really good things about RC, so I think I'm definitely gonna have to get her. But I recommend this figure? Absolutely. This is a really good figure, and well, for Brawn's first actual live action appearance, I think they definitely nailed it. This is a really good figure. Will we ever get an Outback? Yeah, I absolutely doubt it, but still, this is a really good figure, and well, if you're a fan of the Bumblebee movie, I absolutely recommend this figure. Well, this has been my review on Studio Series Brawn, and this is Charlie Young, signing off. Do you think they'll make a Studio Series 86 Brawn with a blast effect for the shoulder?